neighbor. I'm going to tell you one. This guy, okay, see if we got any children. No. Okay. He has a permanent erection for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So, he goes, he's afraid to go to his doctor. He's afraid to go to his doctor, so he says to his best friend, "What should I do?" Well, the guy said, "Why don't you go to my neighborhood druggist? They have heard it all. Just go to the neighborhood druggist. They heard it all." He says, "Are you sure?" "Yes, just go in and talk to him." So anyway, he goes down to the neighborhood druggist. He walks into the neighborhood druggist, and he says, "Can you help me?" And the druggist looks behind the counter, and she says, "Yes, I can help you." Now he says, "Are you sure you're a druggist?" And the woman says, "I've been a druggist for 30 years. My sister's been a druggist for 25 years, and we have heard it all." Well, he says, "Well, I don't know if I want to tell you." He says, "Please." He says, "Okay, I'll tell you." He shows it to her, and she goes, "Oh my God." He says, "Can you help me? Can you give me something for it?" She says, I don't know." So she goes in the back room, and you hear her arguing with her sister for about 15, 20 minutes. All of a sudden, she comes out. She says, "We'll give you $500, part owner in the drugstore." Okay. How many people been in the military here? All right. I'm going to tell you about this general's taking over out in the desert. Right? He's a new general. So everything's got to be shiny and everything. And he walks down the line and he sees all the men all shined up. Right? Spit shine. So he goes down and he sees the tanks all shined up, the jeeps all shined up, all the camels all shined up, except one camel in the background. Okay? Now this camel has flies around it, maggots, everything. And the general says, "I'm taking over this command." "What the hell is that?" He says, the first sergeant says, "Sir, the men use that for their sexual satisfaction." Well, the general says, "If you're going to keep that camel, you better clean him up." He said, "Okay." So 3 months go by, and the general says to the first sergeant, "Prepare the camel." I said, "What?" He says to the first sergeant, "Prepare the camel." So the first sergeant says, "Okay." He says, "Bring over my tent tonight at 7 o'clock. All right? 7 o'clock. He said, "Okay." Brings the camel over at 7 o'clock. He wines and dines the camel. Right? Wines and dines him. Soup and nuts. Camel has anything he wants. Then all of a sudden he gets the camel drunk and he jumps on the camel. And he gets done with the camel. He has sexual satisfaction with the camel. Right? And he says to the first sergeant, "Is that the way the enlisted men do it?" He said, "Not quite. They ride them into town usually."
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. The hell?
Okay, this guy walks into the bar. All right? And he looks behind the counter, behind the back bar, and he sees all kinds of money. And he says to the bartender, "Bartender, what the hell's all that money doing back there?" He says, "We have a contest here." And he says, "Well, how do you get in the contest?" He says, I can't tell you until you pay your $25.
You just wiped your
So
nose.
he pays. He said, all right, I'll pay the $25. I said, how much money's back there? He says, well, 6, maybe 7,000, I don't know. He says, all right, what do I have to do for this contest? Oh, he says, it's simple. You go down to the end of the bar, punch this Indian, 6'6" Indian down at the end of the bar, punch him out. He says, okay. Then what? Then you go down the hallway. Okay, you go down the hallway, and on your left is a pit bull. Gonna pull his wisdom teeth. Looks in there and says, holy shit. He said, but the hard part is over on the right. You have to have sex with a 98-year-old woman. He looks at the 98-year-old woman. He says, holy pajamas. So he goes back to the bar and he starts drinking. I mean, really drinking. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Bartender says, you've been here for 4 hours, drinking like there's no tomorrow. You gotta do the contest. He said, okay. So he goes down to the end of the bar, punches the Indian out with one punch. Boom! He goes down to the room where the pit bull is in there for a half an hour here. Comes out and he says, now where's that woman that needs her tooth pulled?
Oh my God! Ew! God! Ew! The hell? Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh my God! So gross!
Okay. How many people have been on a cruise? All right? I'm going to tell you about the cruise. Betsy and I went on our cruise. And we were minding our own business. Betsy got sick. Right? Because the ship kept rocking back and forth. The money I was paying, I wasn't getting seasick. Right? So I called up and the doctor came down and gave her something for her ear. And he said, for sleeping. I said to Betsy, I said, you don't mind if I walk around the ship a little bit, get my sea legs? She said, no, go ahead. I'm going to rest here. So I'm walking around, and I see people dancing. All of a sudden, I see a woman swing around, and her head gets stuck in the bass drum. I thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Fell on the floor, and I was laughing. But it wasn't part of the show. Right? She got out of the bass drum and she punched the guy right in the face. Right? That's all I needed. It was back on the floor again. So after that, I was laughing, but nobody else was laughing. I went to the bar. You know those little cards they give you? Right? I didn't know they were for drinking. They don't let you off the ship until you pay the drinking thing, right? But to make a long story short, I put that drink card down there and I'm starting to drink because I'm not driving a boat. I could care less. Right? So anyway, there I am drinking. And all of a sudden the guy next to me keeps falling over the bar stool. I mean, boom. Boom, keeps falling off. So I said to the bartender, I said, find out what cabin he's in, or wherever the hell he is, and I'll take him down to his room before he kills himself. Right? And he says, well, he's 2 flights down. He's got his own cabin. And I said, holy crap. So I said to the guy, are you ready? I didn't know what the hell he said because he was loaded. Right? So I picked him up. And I said, try walking. He take 2 steps and he fell. Boom. I said, what the hell's going on here? So anyway, I grabbed him again. And I said, try walking again. Boom, he fell. So I get over to the elevator. And I push the button. Because I want to go down. But there's kids. You know, of course, got the elevator. I said, oh crap. So I take him down the stairs. And I said, try walking. He can't walk. Boom, he fell. Boom again. I said, oh man. So I get him to the 1 floor down and I said, now try walking to the other stairs. He takes 3 steps and fall again. Boom! I said, oh, God. So I use the old pyramids. You know, the old fireman carrying thing. Put them over my shoulder, drag them down. Right? I get them down to the floor that he's supposed to be down. I said to him, try walking again. Take 3 steps and he fall again. I said, hey, you miserable. But then finally I get him down to his room. I knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. His wife comes to the door. Yes? I said, here's your husband. Put him in. Set him in the chair. She looked at me. I said, he was upstairs drinking. Put him down here. She looked around. Very confused. She looks out in the hallway. She says, where the hell's his wheelchair? Okay, here's
Eileen one.
Here's
Eileen
one. How many been married over 20 years? All right. You're going to like this one. The wife says to the husband, for our 20th anniversary, I want to go back to the same room, the same hotel, the same place, right? And I want us to do the same thing we did on our honeymoon night. And he said, huh? He said, do it. He said, yes, ma'am. You know how it goes. Right? He didn't have no choice. So anyway, he books the same hotel, the same room, right? Gets her. They get into the hotel room. She says, do you remember what we did? And he says, yes. She says, first I took my shower by myself. She went and took her shower. She says, and I got the same negligee that I had 20 years ago. She comes out. She jumps into bed. He goes in and he takes his shower. He comes back out naked as a jaybird. Okay? He looks, and she's got the covers over, and she lifts it up. He looks down. He said, 20 years ago, it was good enough to eat. Now it looks like it's going to eat me.
Oh my God. I know. It's 13. Oh God.
Okay, I got one. One more. I worked for the post office a long time ago. I retired from the post office. I was the accident investigator. All right? I got a call one time. I ain't gonna tell you what city it was in, but they said that the mailman died on the porch.
Jerry doing
And this is a true story. All right? True story. I get over there, and there's a guy out on the porch, laying there, the postal guy, right? The mailman, right, laying there. And I'm looking. And she said, he died on the porch. And I looked. And his shoes were on the wrong feet. So I looked. She had a plush carpet. All right? And on the plush carpet, you could see where she dragged them across the floor. Right out to the porch. And I said, oh my God. And she said, also, she said, when he died on the porch, he left his pouch of mail in my bedroom.
The mailman's son.
It's a miracle. Okay. Is the time up? Is it? Okay. Thank you very much.